What's going on? What's going on, good people?
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing this evening? I'm Lamar. It's my brother, Casey Fowler.
And then
And this is the Fowl Language Podcast, episode 41, I think.
for the
Yeah,
one.
we're
Yes,
getting on up
sir.
there. Getting on
Yes,
up there.
sir. Yes, sir, man. Hey, and like every episode, man, you already know you might just hear some foul language. So go ahead and get your accessories right. Y'all gonna see what we got going on today. Let's get it, man. Let's go.
Roll in, bro. All right, man, before we get into the festivities of the evening, what you got to drink, what you got to smoke. I hope it's not Crown again. Please tell me it's not Crown.
Well, it's not Crown, man.
Whew.
Just like the episode 40, I said I was gonna get me some Old Forester. I found me some Old Forester, the exact same one you have, bro. That 115 proof, straight up.
Yes, sir.
Get your ass drunk as shit till you don't remember in the morning. Fucking shit whiskey, boy.
Fine.
That's just potent, man. But I can handle it, man. It's in the blood. Something else, I got a potent cigar too, man. I don't know if y'all remember when I talked about the Regios, whatever the fuck it's called. I had the last one, you know what I'm saying? That one's a little smaller. This is a big guy right here, man.
Mm-hmm.
So forgive me near the end of this episode. I can't make no promises.
We got disclaimers.
How about you, man? What you got going on?
All right, so I was gonna smoke that cigar, but for some reason I put it back and tried something else. That failed miserably. So I went with Black Lion, like Kevin says all the time.
Shout out to y'all, man.
They got me this bad boy right here. This, I believe it's a Monte Cristo and Crown Heads collaboration. City of Music. My Spanish is terrible, so we'll go with that.
Yeah, that's when I almost grabbed.
Yeah, that's funny, man. We could have had the same cigar. I hate doing that.
Great minds think alike, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind, but just show that there's a variety out here, man. And I got my old friend Breckenridge. It was sitting in the corner where all my bourbons and shit are, and I was like, oh, I hadn't touched that in a while, so I'm gonna holler at that today. I was gonna go try to find some shit, but my lovely wife was supposed to go to the spot that has some of the good rare shit because it's by her job, but she forgot. So it's all good. She had a busy week, so it's all good. I got plenty of whiskey to drink, so
it's all right. Shit, I can't keep a bottle, man. I empty that bitch. Had to go get some more.
Yep. See, I tried to switch to, because we used to be like, get a bottle, drink a bottle, finish a bottle, get a new bottle.
That's how I'm trying to evolve. I have it.
Yeah. And so now I'm just like, I want something different tonight. I get something different. So, the Scrooge McDuck in me doesn't like it, but I like whiskey, so it's all good. So, as always, check back with us later if you want to see how it's going. And also, we have a midpoint section to kind of let you know in the middle how the cigar is treating us that we don't put in the main episode, but on Saturdays, we do the cigar check-in, the full thing. So you kind of like first third, second third, final third of the cigar. So again, we're not reviewers, don't want to review, but at least, if we say we can point you in the direction of a good cigar or save you a little money by steering you away from a not so good cigar. That's what we're here for.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's that time. It's a new episode.
Wibble.
What is best in life? So real quick, it's been a while since we've explained it to the people. So I thought it'd be a good idea real quick to kind of give you guys a reminder for any of the new subscribers out there that don't remember or don't know why we have the Wibble or the What's Best in Life. And real quick, we went on a trip with our dad in 2014 to Colorado. We watched the Conan movie, and in Conan, he says what's best in life, and they go around talking about what's best in life. So that just kind of became our thing at that trip and on forward of what's best in life. And now that our father's passed, it's kind of a way to every episode honor his legacy in the beginning and share some positivity of what's going on, because there's a whole bunch of negative shit. So trying to get positive. So with all of that out the way, what is best in life?
Well, so I guess I'm going first. Let me see, man. It was actually a very, very good week, man. I mean, where can I start? We took the all the kids, the whole family, my extended family, the Faji, shout out to them. They still rocking with us real heavy here, man. Love y'all. Took all the kids to the kids museum, man, and they had like a ball, man. Like the kids museum here is really, really dope. If y'all make it this way, we got to take the little ones out there, man. It's a real fun spot, man. Whole bunch of different things to do. I was really surprised that the youngest of the group, Addie, if I'm not mistaken, she'll be 3 this year. She was on go, man. She was hopping on little slides and shit. So you know how they have the little tunnel thing where you climb, you crawl through, then slide down. They had that. Yeah. And she was just going. Kevion was like, Daddy, I'm scared. And then Addie, she went right past me. I said, boy, don't get your ass some goddamn things. Look at your sister, man. She killing it right now. Get your ass. He was like, Daddy, it's fun. Yeah. Damn it.
Hey, man, there's a lesson in overcoming fear.
Yeah, and he mastered it, and he went down like 4 or 5 more times, man. Yeah. They had a great time, man. Speaking of that Fudges, they fucked around and bought me a grill, man. I've been up here hurt because I ain't had no damn grill.
Yeah, he's over there crying.
They got me a grill, man. So football
shout out to
Sunday.
them for that.
Hell yeah, man.
Look, a nice little grill Sunday, too, from what I can see of it.
I like it, man. I love it, man. It's real good.
That's good. I mean, that's amazing to have good people like that, man.
Yeah, man.
So I ain't buying your ass no damn grill.
I know your ass ain't Scrooge. So we cooked on there for dinner and everything like that. But before dinner, we had wings, little smokies, a whole bunch of finger foods, and we watched the Titans and the Colts game because Justin's a Colts fan. I mean, a Titans fan. I'm a Colts fan. So my Colts lost.
Oh,
Colts lost. I tried to kick them out the house at least 3 times. So it was just a real good Sunday, man. The weather was good. But we was grilling. The kids was out playing in water, man. It was a really, really, really good, blessed Sunday, man. I really enjoyed that, man. And what else we had going on? Oh yeah, the day before. I know I said last week our neighbors, our Latino neighbors, our Mexican neighbors, they invited us over. So we went over there, for about a good hour or so, man. And that shit was so cool too, man.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Chilling. I'm talking about authentic Mexican tacos, bro. That shit was busting, bro. Yeah. That salsa was spicy as fuck.
Yeah, they looked at me stupid the first time I had them, and I was like, "Yo, where the hard tacos at?" Like when I first moved to Texas, like, we don't do that shit.
Disrespectful. But yeah, I mean, what I'm saying? We sat down, they got us beers and all this other stuff. The Fajis didn't come, so we didn't stay too long, but we were gonna go back. And I've been trying to catch him to, apologize that we didn't make it back. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple of Coronas in a cigar for him. I just ain't caught him yet.
Well, he a neighbor, so
yeah, I'll catch him eventually, man. What else? Baki dropped yesterday, man. I seen the first 2 episodes, and that shit is cold already.
Damn, that was gonna be in my What's Best.
Oh, damn, you can still put it in there, but that shit gonna be cold as fuck, man. And the last thing I got, ladies and gentlemen, Tin Cup has been found. There was 5 on the shelf. My wife and my brother-in-law came back before, just for me. So I got 10 cup on 10 cup on 10 cup on 10 cup on top of the old Forester, which I'm gonna put this shit down and pour some 10 cup when I get back in the house.
So what you're saying is he bought all the 10 cup and in Jackson, and he's not man enough for some real whiskey. Is what I hear.
No, fuck that. I just would prefer my 10 cups, sir. So because I have to go walking into the zoo tomorrow. I don't want to be knee hurting and I'm hung the fuck over. That's not a good combination.
You better get you one of them mobility scooters, man.
Man. Hey, if they got some handicap accessible equipment there, I'm definitely gonna jump on something.
Most of them do. You just have to rent it.
Yeah, and that's another one best in life. Taking the kids to the zoo tomorrow, Jackson Zoo. They got rhinos and shit. I don't think I've ever seen a rhino in the zoo. I'm a little excited about seeing the fucking rhinos. And with that, man, that's what's best in life, man. How about you?
Man, fuck this week.
Damn, positive. That's how you start off with some positivity, right there.
Well, you know how it is. Well, let's see. First of all, the government didn't shut down, so that's a good thing.
Definitely.
But in weeks where there's the potential of a shutdown, they're busy as hell for me. So they're busy. So I was busy as hell at work. I finished my self appraisals or self evaluations today.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent them off. My supervisor said they look pretty good. So that's where my raises and bonuses for the upcoming year come from. So
you had to work this week.
Yeah, I just had to tell, I walk on water, I save kittens, I volunteer at a home.
That's
professionally,
right.
Basically you have to make it seem like you're the best person in the world. And as long as your supervisor signs off on it, it rates highly for you. So it is what it is. I hate the system, but it kind of is what it is. Mm-hmm. So that's done. So we'll see how that turns out. I was supposed to record for my new shit this week. Got set up, wrote the script. Busy as fuck week. Didn't even get to do it.
Damn, man.
So I cleaned the garage on Sunday. Mm-hmm. So that's what's best. So it's all set and I'm gonna record in the garage. So I'm excited about that. Garage is set. It looks good in there. Although some dust kicked up and allergies have kicked my ass this week. Like it's been 80 degrees and nice all week. I've had meetings and shit all week. So you know what I should have been doing? Not a damn one. Not a damn one. Because I couldn't fucking breathe until yesterday. I mean, like, so that's the what's best in life. I can breathe out my nose. Subconscious, it does that thing. So then my fucking garage door broke. That was fun. It also broke while Kim's car was in the garage. So that fucking sucked. So we had to adjust for that. They came out the next day and they fixed it. So it always sucks because you kind of have in your head about what it's going to cost. Mm-hmm. And it's never what you think it's going to be.
No.
That motherfucker was double. And it was funny because when I called him out, I was like, well, if I've got him replacing one, I might as well have him replace the other. Mm-hmm. He gave me that price. I was like, man, fuck that. I'll wait till this other spring die. and then I'll call back. Shit. But on the bright side, the garage door works. It works nice. It's nice and smooth and quiet and all that shit. So that's cool. But made some changes financially to because some whole bunch of shit's gonna have to be fixed here. All kind of shit. Microwave, ice maker in the damn refrigerator. It's got a leak in my sprinkler system, man. I'm like, fuck, shit.
Come back to the positivity.
Right. God damn. So, on the bright side,
what's the happy news?
I won't have to go in debt to get all that shit fixed. How about that? That's the positive thing.
There we go. There we go.
And getting shit done. So it's cool. Made some cool little stock moves this week. So I'll tell you about those online. And I'm looking forward to some shit that's going on next week. So that's good. So that's what's best. So to bypass the financial bullshit, made a couple good stock moves. So that's always good. Baki, like we talked about. Baki, I watched, I think, 2 or 3 episodes today. I can't remember. Has he made it to prison yet in yours? I mean, that's where he's fucking going. All the trailers, the opening, all that shit tells you that. No. Okay.
I literally just finished the Praying Mantis episode.
Okay, yeah. So I'm on the 3rd episode then. I just finished the 3rd episode today. And it's cool and all, but it's like I don't know how I feel about them animating black people. It's just weird to me.
I don't care for it.
Their hands bother, like the transition from the light and the dark of their hands, it bothers me.
How do you feel about Iron Michael?
Oh, I was telling Kim about that shit.
That shit irked my fucking nerves, though.
I was like, Iron Michael? Who the fuck? I mean, I know for legal reasons you can't say Mike Tyson or Iron Mike Tyson.
And then they say he brought the man in his visions back from the dead. I'm like, that motherfucker ain't dead. Fuck, they killing off Mike.
I won't spoil it. I won't spoil it for you, but I will say I kind of wish he was. That's all I'll say.
Oh, god damn.
Yeah, that's all I'll say.
All right.
You'll find out next episode.
Will do. I might go in there and watch that bitch when we done.
Yeah. I was excited. I meant to say it last week, but I saw that Injustice, the movie, the animated movie, is going to be coming out. They announced that. So for those that don't know, nor and just anime. I'm a comic book nerd too. Don't read comic books anymore. Don't have time and don't want to pay for them because comics get expensive. But this is a cool story. It was based on, remember the Injustice video game?
Mm-hmm.
So based on the video game, they made a comic line to flesh the story out.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna tell a movie to tell that story, and that shit's gonna be cold-blooded, man. I'm trying to tell you. Are you familiar with the story at all? You should check that shit out, man.
Not a big DC guy.
You should check that shit out. So, in this particular one, you see how overpowered. I don't really like Superman, but in this story, Superman is overpowered as fuck. That's all I'm gonna say. You'll enjoy it. Watch that, and then if you can find it, watch Flashpoint Paradox. That's a good animated movie too if you got HBO Max.
Yeah.
All I'll say is Wonder Woman and Mara. If you can Google that scene afterwards, you'll watch it. Trust me. You'll watch it. All right. So yeah, man, I was doing adulting hardcore today, or this week too. I was, man, and even with some of the decisions I made, man, because I was gonna buy some more placensias and try to find them a call from Blackbird this week. Put them in the cart. I was gonna put some more shit in the cart. I was looking at it. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait and put that money in the market. And so that's what I did. And then I saw some Yamazaki in the liquor store by Costco. And that's like my favorite.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've been looking for that for a little bit.
It's 120 right now, and I just don't want to pay 120. I really don't. And it's so funny how I saw it. Like I was meant to buy it almost because it was two of them stacked behind something else. So if they're still there next time I'm in Costco, I'm just gonna get it, man.
No, one of the workers dope that shit off, man.
I think so. So that's yeah. So
hell yeah,
making adult decisions, trying to invest a whole lot more and do that shit. So shit's hardcore. So that's my what's best. A little bit of bullshit, but hey, it happens. It's life. You living, you breathing, you doing shit. Good happens, bad happens. It's all about how you deal with it. So that is what's best in life.
Yeah, man. So I know we hit on it a little bit last episode or whatever I was gonna say yesterday. So how do you feel about I guess just your kids working? Because we ain't gonna talk about everybody's kids ain't ours, because fuck them kids. How do you feel about your kids working?
So it's weird because if you go by, I worked in high school, I worked in college, and I came out okay. I didn't work the first year. Did I work the second year? I can't remember. I think I started tutoring the second year, and then by the third and fourth year, I had like all the jobs. So I think I had 3 while I was in school. Yeah, I was working in the mall. I was doing research with a professor. And I tutored. So yeah. So I worked pretty much through college with a full course load. And my grades were fine. And then in high school I worked. And from 16 on. Well, from 14 unofficially I worked. But then officially I worked on the good old buy low. So I've seen studies that say that students that work from home, students that work while in school, they end up doing better in the long run. And I kind of see that because you kind of are forced to take on responsibilities and shit like that.
Yeah. And
you have to prioritize, what's important, what's not important, and all that shit. Thinking about my kids, I don't know. It's interesting because on the other side of the spectrum, Kim never worked in school. She didn't, her mom had a business. So, she worked in the shop. Sometimes I think from time to time. I don't know how much she did, but I know during the holidays and shit, she worked too. So, her parents were always of the opinion of like, your job, your school is your job. And they even told that to me when I started working. They were like, school is your job and you should focus all your time and energy on that. And there's logic to that too. Because, if you want them to be in school and do the extracurricular activities and all that shit, then working gets in the way of all of that. Because I know when I was in high school in particular, I did a lot of extracurricular activities too, but there were times where I couldn't do it because I had to go to work. And same in college, you know, certain things you couldn't do because you had to go to work. Everybody's going to the club. They stop by and see me working in the mall. Like, hey, we're going to the club. We'll see you.
Oh.
But luckily,
I
mean, there was plenty of times where I run home, take a shower real quick, and get to the club too. But yeah, long fucking days, things you can do when you're young. And so,
right?
shit. So I don't know. I mean, I think it depends on the child. I think you can't. I don't think it's right to just, you know, carte blanche say you're 16, you need to work. And because I mean, true, if they're struggling in school too and they need extra help, that should be focused on, because I think school should always be, and mom made it that way too. School was always the first priority, but if you wanted to work, you could. And I mean, I think that's the approach I'll take. School, both college, if they decide to go, in high school, are the priority. And then anything work is kind of secondary. So, I mean, luckily, thankful for Simone and Lamar Jr., by the time they get old enough to work, they won't have to work for the things that they want and need as much as I did, you know? So, I mean, that's kind of a fortunate thing. So it'll be more of a choice and getting them ready for that opportunity. I wouldn't mind if they look into like maybe starting a little side hustle. Now that I'd be all for, but a job, I'm not necessarily sold. I don't necessarily want to force them, but they won't be sitting around lazy. And I think I saw something on the news one day where this dude is like 30 and the parents like had to go to court to get him.
I remember that.
You saw that shit? Had
They
to go to court.
him.
Yeah, to get him out. Ain't no fucking way. Now, I'm all for supporting my children, but you're going to have to get your grown ass and get it, because that ain't it.
I remember what it was. He sued them
because they kicked him out.
He was trying to bring a girl over. And they was like, nah. And so he felt like they was violating his personal space or some shit like that. So he sued them.
And that's the crazy shit, because once I got the first taste of being on my own,
I
was like, you know what? Come and go as you please.
Mine was a little forced, but I still enjoyed it.
I mean, but yeah, you still got that taste of, wow. I mean, bills suck ass, but you still got that freedom of like, wow, this is good shit.
My shit.
Yeah. So I just warn everybody, I don't have a smoke machine going in the side. Like I said, allergies. My wife is the oil sage, so I've got a diffuser of essential oils coming to the right and the cigar smoke coming on the left.
She ain't the sage, bro. She the fucking wizard king, and you know it.
You know what?
She has a grip for all my anime heads. My sister-in-law got the whole grimoire over there, man.
Well, if you want to know who the Wizard King is, check episode 40. He was in my anime. Time Magic. Yeah. So, yeah, she does. So, what do you think? You've got teenagers, you've got young kids, you've got boys, you've got girls. I mean, again, when it comes to these issues with kids, I mean, do you want a spreadsheet? I mean, what do you need?
It's actually on Google Docs right now.
I believe it.
Spread it out a little bit. But you know, how I personally feel, you know, and like you was kind of saying, the only difference is, you know, our experiences when we got to that age to work as teenagers were slightly different.
Sure.
So, you know what I'm saying? It was to the point where I felt like I had to work. And with
yes, you
did. The kids in general, yeah, I feel like they should work. Now, I mean, it for me, it prepared me for the real world. You know what I'm saying? You can't just have everything handed to you. Sometimes you gotta go out and get what you want, and it makes you appreciate the shit that you have more, because you're actually working for that shit. You're working for that check. You know what I'm saying? But like you, only thing I agree with your point on, you know what I'm saying? If they're trying to do extracurricular activities, their grades is, you know, crushing, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit lenient. You know what I'm saying? I can be a little lenient. All right, cool. I see you doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this. But you know what I'm saying? If you're just doing the bare minimum, no extracurriculars, nothing like that, but you want something, you gonna have to take your way to work. Sorry. It builds character. It really and truly fucking builds character. I mean, like you said,
it does.
You've been working unofficially since 14. I think I started cutting grass and shit like 11, 12, washing cars. You know what I'm saying? So they're selling fucking candy in middle school, selling the
Oh,
blow
see,
pop.
I didn't count that because
Yeah, all it's work.
I mean, shit, I had to hustle in 6th grade going strong.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I really feel like they should work, you know what I mean? Because I don't want mine to feel entitled. I want them to say, yeah, my daddy got me. However, I got myself too.
That's good.
Now, in your case, you know, you'll be retired, you know, you'll be a little further along, and you know, everything will be set for you personally in your own household and everything like that with your bills and your just all your finances and stuff. So you'll be in a place where Simone and L Boogie can, you know, work if they want to. But since I had mine young, I'm still trying to build my own shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't just throw this money here, throw this money here, throw this money there. Sorry, you're gonna have to work. Now I ain't saying you gotta fucking work the whole 40 hours a week, no shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? If you're working, you're saying, okay, like Tangent, she's working or about to start working. And when she's ready to get a car, same for Drake, same for Shania, Keontae, Kevion. If they want to get like a car, I'll match whatever you got. I'm just not gonna pay for the whole thing for you. Sorry, not gonna do it. Yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. Cut and dry. I think kids should work. I feel like they should work unless, like I said, if they playing football, cheerleading, they're really, really serious about that, maybe want to take it to the next level type shit, then cool. But I don't want them to feel like they're so obligated to this job, like they got kids and real bills to pay and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think what Bobo has done with his is a real good thing too, because once they get to that age and they start they're able to work, he pretty much assigns them a bill, like the cheapest bill of the house, you know, to get them kind of accustomed to paying a bill. He does that, which I don't think is a bad idea either. I know some people are, oh hell no, but you know, everybody parenting style is different.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I do actually kind of like that. I'll tell you my thoughts in a second.
We all prepare our kids for the real world differently. Some don't prepare them at all, and they end up fucked up out here. So that's really all I got, man. You had something to say about the idea that Unc does?
Yeah, I had two things based on what you were saying. Is one, so you mentioned Unc has them pay a bill. I kind of like that idea. And I mean, they can do that with any allowance, any side money, anything like that, like a little $30 bill or something like that. But I think what I'll do is take that money and not necessarily apply it to a bill per se, but put it in like a custodial account and like put it in like a index fund. So when they're like, oh, here's, 2 years at $30 a month, it's $5,000. Look at that. Here's your money for your little beater card. But hell, by then you can't do shit with $5,000 on the car, I bet.
Right.
Shit. So I mean, that's kind of the approach I take. So I'll borrow some of that, but kind of tweak it just a little bit with what I do with it. And then you meant now if they want to work and everything's cool, then by all means, if you want to try working, go for it. I'm okay with that. Also, and then it too depends on the kind of work. And talking college now, if they decide to go to college, if they do like I did research with my professors, and I tutored, so that was work officially. But I mean, that's shit that went on the resume. That's shit that I learned. Like some of the shit that I did research on comes up in my day to day. Well, used to come up in my day to day job, so it was kind of relevant then. So that's kind of cool, and that's kind of a slight little aside to it. But you said that they'll appreciate the things that they get when they've earned it. Do you feel that without them having a job, do you feel that there's a way to get them to a point to say, and I think I know the answer because you mentioned it last week with Keontae, to get them to understand the value of $1 and how to appreciate what they get, what they buy without having to work and earn it?
Yes. But at the same time, like you said with Keontae, he worked. His grandmama would give him like, I think it was like $20 per A or something like that. So he had to go and bust his ass at school still to stack that money up.
Yeah. So that goes to the school is your job approach. But go ahead.
True. to my point, what I was mentioning earlier, as far as them appreciating by working, there's nothing like you physically buying that shit with your own fucking money. You'll appreciate something more than something that I've bought you or your mom has bought you, something like that, something that you actually bought. Like, you know, it's the kind. Well, shit, I ain't buy it. I ain't worrying about it first. No, I spent my money on that. I ain't finna let that get fucked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
get
that's
that.
what I mean by I think they'll appreciate it more, it coming out of their own pockets. Because and it's been proven, you know, Kevondre had to buy something of his own once or twice, and you know, he took care of it more than
He ain't
other
buying
stuff.
that Gucci belt or
Nah,
Gucci backpack. Sorry,
or the sock, or the one sock.
he can get the G in Gucci.
Yeah,
That's
man,
it.
but yeah, that's really what I think, man. And by the way, shout out to all my children, man, especially my oldest two, because they're approaching this adult world before the other three are, and they're really kind of taking it in stride, and they're doing the best they can with the hand they've been dealt so far. So shout out to my children.
All right, so it's time. We're gonna go in a little heavy topic now. So I don't think there's anything lately in the news going. Well, yes, there is. Yes, there is. But you see a lot of times people try to equate treatment in certain areas to, like, if they were treated bad publicly, they're like, oh, they're trying to lynch me. Or with current things going on now, you start talking about speak of like segregation and comparing it to segregation. So with that, like, I wanted to ask you, what do you think about like when people compare their treatment in present day to, slavery, or, saying that something's a modern day slavery other than the prison industrial complex, but that's another topic for another day. Um, Modern day slavery or lynching or segregation or something that happened to Black people throughout the course of history in this country. So what do you think when they make those comparisons?
First of all, if you are not a descendant of a slave, you're not a descendant of anybody who had the fucking fire hoses sprayed on them, dogs sicked on them, spit on, beat, fucking lynched. Hell, they still lynching us fucking
I was
now.
gonna say, you don't have to be a descendant, man. That's a relative, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm
That's a
saying?
generation or two ago.
If you haven't even been nowhere connected to that in any sort of way, your DNA, because I can't say I'm connected to it because I wasn't there. But you know what I'm saying? It's in our DNA. We had somebody that was there in some form, fashion, way, somehow, and every other melanin person that's around right now has. And for somebody to say, "Oh, they're trying to lynch me or segregation," and this is modern day slavery, no, the fuck is not. Because the same motherfuckers that saying that shit is at the top of the fucking totem pole, but you still fucking complaining. Fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
And that just reminded me of a fucking story. You know what I'm saying? What happened with Keontae this week? Fucking, he goes to school, and I guess they're at recess playing or whatever. And you know, the little Caucasian kid said, "You're gonna be my slave," or "You're my slave," or some shit like that. Boy, when I heard that shit, man, I almost fucking put on my all black with my African medallion and my fucking beret and shit with my black boots. Just go down.
Bring out the black Air Force Ones, bro.
But you know, all these cases where they try to compare it when there really isn't no fucking comparison, because hell, our people are still getting treated the same way. Maybe a little bit more under the cover, under the rug, just a little bit, you know, a little sneakier, i.e. Karens. But you know what I'm saying? We still getting treated the same fucking way. But for them to actually compare it, no, there is no fucking comparison. You cannot compare it. You cannot walk. You have not walked in these shoes. You cannot walk in these shoes because we are who we are. Our skin color makes us a fucking target. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot who said it when, or you know what I'm saying? We're considered guilty from birth. We're born black, so we're automatically the fucking enemy already. And for you to try to compare all the things that our ancestors, our relatives, our fellow melanin people have went through, that's a bunch of bullshit. And me personally, it's a fucking spit in our fucking face because you can't compare it. The Keontae thing, so this is how it got handled. You know what I mean? At first, I wanted to root rah. Everybody had their own opinions that I talked to about it. But I decided to, you know, being that his teacher's also a melanin person, I gave her an opportunity to correct it. You know what I'm saying? To educate this kid because he's a kid. And where does racism start? People aren't born racist. You know what I'm saying? There's not a racist chromosome. You know what I'm saying? They're taught this shit. So give this kid a chance to get educated. So he'll be like, oh shit, yeah, that is wrong. That is fucked up. Let me not do that no more. But if the shit happens again, boy, it's gonna be smoking a motherfucking city. I'm going all the way the fuck off. I'm telling you, bro, I'm going all the way off. But that's really all I think about the questions you asked. I know I had to add a little bit in there, you know what I'm saying, with my son and stuff like that. Because the fact of the matter is, our generation before us has been dealing with this racism shit. Generation before them, hell, generation after us, our kids is walking into it now. You know what I'm saying? And it one day, hopefully, at the end, don't try to compare yourself to some shit that you really don't have any kind of clue about. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a clue about being discriminated. You don't have a clue about walking into the fucking store and have a motherfucker following you, asking you, can I help you? Can I help you 1,000 fucking times? That shit happened. That shit happened to us last month. We went to the exotic pet store. Chick kept walking around asking us, do we need help? I'm like, bitch, if I want a goddamn snake or an oversized guinea pig, I'll let you know. Otherwise, leave me the fuck alone. The fuck. But you know, so if you ain't never been in these shoes, don't try to walk in them. You ain't built like that. So what do you think?
All right. So when I think about it and to hear it, you hear usually, like you mentioned, it's usually somebody of privilege trying to compare it. If you are a millionaire, hell, if you have, you know, a good life, whatever, the shit can't compare. Don't even try. You know, like there was a brother, well, I think in Oregon that they're talking about on the news right now, that they shot him and it got recorded for I guess talking to a white lady.
Oh, you talking about his first name's Barry or something like that. I seen that yesterday.
Yeah. So
and that fuck boy got 2nd-degree manslaughter.
Oh, they charged him for something.
2nd-degree manslaughter. That was fucking murder, bro.
Yeah. But anyway. So when you got situations like that still happening today, I mean, Emmett Till. I mean, you could name so many names and the shit doesn't compare. I mean, if you're not in a position to where, you know, you are physically harm is brought to your person or you lose your life based on a lot of times something to no fault of your own, shit doesn't compare. Now, if you know they said some bad shit about you on social media, or your approval rating is low, or you lose some friends, or you lose some sponsorships, get the fuck out of here.
In no way that compares, bro.
Shit doesn't even compare. I will say, and it may be controversial for some, but I know a lot of times you're hearing now that they're comparing like whether you got the shot or not to segregation. And I see the comparison, but that's a very, 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 I mean, and I have my thoughts, and that could be a whole nother topic for another day on that, but similarities, but not the same. Definitely not the same. You're not having somebody beat your ass because you decide to not have a particular status. You know what I'm saying? You don't run the risk of someone trying to end your life for the particular choice that you made, whether I agree with your choice or not. But I mean, and that's what was happening then. I mean, and you can talk about, I mean, slavery is more than just the slavery that happened here in the US. I mean, look through history. I mean, any culture that has slaves, that shit wasn't no fucking picnic. Shit wasn't like roses and, you know, we got to go have meetings and parties and dinners and brunches and all that shit afterwards. That shit wasn't no fucking picnic. This shit doesn't compare. What you need to do is open a fucking dictionary or type the shit in Microsoft Word and look for a synonym and expand your vocabulary to find a better word. That's what you need to do. Consider that comparison off limits to you. It shouldn't even be a thing. The thing that kills me though is like you'll see like this outrage about like teaching about how slavery was bad, or you know, the treatment of African Americans throughout the country's inception to now and all that shit. And you can call it CRE or CRT, you can just call it history. But at the same time, you hear about like these schools like in I think Utah, Oregon, or somewhere over there, where they're like, you hear they're teaching slavery. Was slavery really that bad? The pros and cons of slavery. Let's have a mock slave trade.
Well, that shit had me hot.
Boy, the hypocrisy of it, man, is just fucking ridiculous, man. How can you say in one breath that you don't want to teach it, but then on the next breath, you're talking about how, oh, there's some pros and there's some cons. Get the fuck out of here.
What the fuck is a pro?
Oh, they're saying the pros are like, shit. I saw like they posted like a picture online of like a pro and con sheet of like, I don't fucking remember. I try to remove that stupid shit out of my memory, but that's kind of like what I'm saying is like, stop making that dumb fucking comparison. It doesn't compare, so don't try. Find a better analogy. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all I had. I was checking my notes real quick to see if I had anything else, but it doesn't compare. Stop it. It's fucking stupid. It's fucking insensitive. It's borderline racist, and it's just ignorant. I mean, you pick your word. It probably applies to that situation.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And it's just one of those things, man, where education is key, man. Like they're trying to, not allow which was the acronym CRT.
Mm-hmm. But see, I don't even care if you call it CRT. Just because
it's history.
It's history. Tell the full story.
Yeah,
I mean, shit that I'm talking about is not saying, one race is superior to another. Just tell the whole fucking story. That's it.
And and I'm not plugging because I'm not even gonna mention it, but mention the name. But that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, man. And I don't know if you caught the last couple of episodes, but I'm actually exploring shit just like that I didn't fucking know of. You know what I'm saying? Like it's amazing how much history omits. And a lot of interesting stories, a lot of interesting people that are taking out of stories in history, because I guess to the victor goes the spoils or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying, or the victor writes the history or whatever. But there's a lot of history there that can provide us with more understanding of each other. Like, they say, oh, we don't want CRT or whatever in our schools because it's going to further divide us. No, the fuck it's not. It's going to educate these kids so they'll be better than we are.
But see, I think what happens is it becomes a boogeyman, and you get, your talking heads of choice telling you that this is what you should be afraid of. And so you go with that with, very little information, and you can frame it as, what if we teach about this? Or, Texas basically said, fuck all that shit. You can teach it a damn thing. So, that's where education is so important, and not just what you get in schools, but, there's so much out there that you need to learn. And, you won't plug it, but I can. Shit like the Melanin Warriors podcast gives you information that, you wouldn't necessarily see. And I won't say super versed in certain historical occurrences, but I know a little bit to be dangerous. And I learn shit every week when he posts on a Sunday. I'm a little behind, but I got to catch up. And so stop it again.
Yeah.
Do your history, learn your history, learn the history, and don't be scared of, the parts that aren't rosy and beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's some ugly shit. And the reason why you learn it is so you don't make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
That's what it's really about.
Hell yeah. And I know a lot of times when I'm recording, I'd be tempted, to cut out the ugly shit. There's some ugly shit, just not what was done to our people, but a lot of shit that we did to our own people. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, no, all that shit's gonna come out because it needs to be told, man. It needs to be shared. It's good. History is good. Like I said with the incident with Keontae, that's why I said I'm gonna get his teacher in the school a chance to educate this young man, and not just completely go the fuck off with your daddy ass bitch we fighting in the parking lot. So,
but then the other thing I worry about too is if, say, that teacher tried to take it on herself to educate, I don't want like the school board or, like some parent teacher conference or some coalition to come out against her and be saying some slick shit and try to get her fired. So
then I hope Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Fowl Language Podcast, the Melanin Warriors Podcast, the Open Mic Debates. Every single body needs to be standing with me, bro, because I'm not letting that shit happen, bro.
Damn right.
I refuse. I don't give a fuck about my occupation, my status. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I refuse to let that happen.
So in those particular cases, you'll be fine.
Indeed.
You might have some extra paperwork and talkings to give, but those are fine. A lot of the trainings you take, I have to take. And in those particular cases, it specifically states that you're fine.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Got her back 1,000%.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really all I got, man. Like you said, you can't compare it. Stop trying to fucking compare it. And
and
like
use
always,
another word. I mean, there are times when people are treated badly. There are times when people are treated wrong. Call it for what it is. Don't try to use some analogy to make it seem worse than what it really is.
Most definitely. Without a fucking shadow of a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to my son's teacher, man. I hope I'm pronouncing the name, Miss Gartman. Shout out to you for taking it upon yourself to educate this young man and handle that situation very professionally. I know she probably ain't gonna see this. She might not. I'm gonna tell Janae to text her and let her know we shouted out on this episode to check it out. But
shout out to her.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, man. So we talked about it last week. For our anime heads out there, shout out to y'all. You'll be surprised how many, especially melanin folks, that's in anime nowadays. By the way,
yeah, it's huge now, man.
Last drill, I was talking about it was like, oh shit, you in the anime, big son? You ain't in no motherfucking anime, motherfucker. You have no idea. Sit down, young brother. Let me tell you.
Like I get that same shit happening to me, man. Like, wait a minute. One of my engineers was like, "You watch anime?" And so he was just going on about the shit, and I was like, "Yeah, I watch that, and that, and that." I'm like, bro, I've been watching anime since before Dragon Ball, man. So, and you did too, because you didn't have a choice.
Yeah, I didn't, and I just jumped in it. Going to what's that shit called? I forgot, Game Quest or some shit like that. We used to rent the VHS tapes. But
yes, sir.
So last week we did top 5 anime powers we would want to have. So we talked about it, and let's talk about the ones we would not want to have, brother. How about you go ahead and go first, man? What's your top 5 anime powers that you would not want?
So this one was hard, and I think I even made it harder for myself because I like to challenge myself with these lists to really think about it, because you don't want to just pick the lamest powers in anime, and some of those cases I feel like I did, but that's okay. And also try not to pick from animes that I referenced last week. So without further ado, here is my list. So there's an anime called ReZero, where the main character, it's an isekai anime. For those that don't know, is when you get transported into another world.
Like kind of like slime. Well, no, I would say the goblin
slime. Yeah. All those are isekai animes. So in this particular one, normally they get powers and shit when they come.
Mm-hmm.
They're either overpowered or have a good set of powers or shit. This dude has no fucking powers. The only power that he has is that when he dies, it's basically like he gets reset, and it's not like Log Horizon where it's like that's another anime where it's like they're trapped in the MMO like Sword Art Online. Yeah. But in this one, when he dies, he feels all that shit, and he dies in some gruesome ass ways. And so the whole purpose, and I haven't seen the second season yet, but the whole purpose is him realizing what he learned in the last piece of that, when he died, and not doing the same shit again. So while going back is cool and time traveling, all that shit is cool, but to die horribly, and you see like it fucks him up sometimes because he dies in some fucked up ways and some people close to him fucking kill him. And he has to come back, reset, where none of that shit happened, but he remembers. And so
he's still hanging and laughing with the same motherfuckers that gruesomely killed his ass.
Yeah, crazy.
I wouldn't want that power.
Or are you in the same situation like, yo, shit's about to get real fucked up right now. We gotta go. So I wouldn't want that shit. That's the first one. And My Hero Academia. There's a lot of powers in there. Some people could say they suck. The one that sucks the most to me is the guy that has the tape.
Yeah, that's
And,
pretty weak.
And I looked his name up because I didn't even know his name. It's Hantasoro or Sero.
The motherfucker just shoot tape out of his elbows.
Like he has tapes in his elbows. That shit is so fucking stupid. Like
it's
like you got motherfuckers that can control fire and ice, can sweat explosions, spit, form all the weapons they want. And this motherfucker, scotch tape.
They can fix the hell out of something though.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's not that power sucks.
Yeah,
ass.
I didn't even think about that one. Yeah, that's a weak ass power.
Yeah. So there was another anime that came out, and I don't even know if you saw it or remember it. It was called Bo 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 Bo.
I know what you're talking about.
And he had power. He had superpower nose hair. Yes, anime.
I see why I didn't watch it.
Yeah. I didn't watch a lot of it, but I watched a few episodes here and there because it came on like Adult Swim before, you had all the streaming services, and you would have to watch that to get to like Inuyasha or some of the good shit.
Yeah.
So you're just like, well, fuck it, it's on this anime, I'll watch it. But yes, he had like nose hair that was like really strong and come out really far and do shit and fight with it. Fucking stupid. Wouldn't want that power at all. The power of the nose hair. Fuck that. Don't want that shit. Shit's stupid. So the next power I got is from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And I mentioned that I think last week. It wasn't in my list, but I like that anime because the powers are cool. This power is called, and I didn't even know what it was called. I had to look it up again to remind myself. It's called Cheap Trick. And so they have these things called stands, which is like a projection. It's basically like a superpower homeboy that only people that got stands can see that'll have powers and can fight for you on your behalf.
So kind of like God of High School.
Sort of, but not exactly. Closer to Shaman King, I would say.
Okay.
If you remember that. But a lot more complex, I'll say. The powers have a lot more detail to them and conditions and shit.
Right.
This one is called Cheap Trick. And what it does is it attaches to the user's back. And it whispers like fucked up shit in your ear, messing with your psyche, lowering your morale and shit, making you go slowly crazy. But if somebody else sees and you can't take it off or it'll kill you. You can't kill it. If somebody, and the whole goal is to get somebody to see it. So if somebody looks at your back, you die. And the person that looks at your back gets Cheap Trick, regardless of if you got a stand or not. It becomes your power, and the shit starts all over again. So it's a dumbass power that's trying to kill you. You look stupid because you're walking around like in the anime. The dude is like sliding on the floor so you can't see his back. All kind of crazy shit. It's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and the shit is just fucking crazy. Like, have a drink, smoke a cigar, or whatever you choose as your smoke of choice, and watch it. It's wild. It's good, but it's wild. So that's one that I wouldn't want to have. I was trying to find one in particular from this anime called Darker Than Black. They have what's called contractors, and basically you have like these bomb ass powers. So like you'll have like telekinesis, or you can shoot fire or whatever, but you have like it's called I forgot what the word is, but you pay a price for using it. So like it's like some OCD type price. Like you have to, after you use your power, you have to like chew some gum, or after you use your power, you have to like line some shoes up in a straight line, or after you use your power, you have to like crack your neck, or whatever the case may be. So it had like dumb payments for using your powers, if you will. So that was kind of my 5. The powers were cool, but I didn't like the fact that you had to like pay a penalty for using your power.
Yeah. So
that was kind of like my global number 5. Since I didn't have a particular number 5, whatever the fuck Yamcha got, I don't want that shit.
he can play the fuck out some baseball.
I mean, fuck it, man. He got. I mean, especially in the time skip. Is that your kid? Nah, man. The fucking villain comes up and takes my chick. No.
Damn, that's
Fuck
cold
yeah.
blooded.
Yeah.
You can't whoop his ass. You just gotta let that be.
You gotta let this shit ride because he will destroy your ass. He already did destroy your ass.
Yeah.
So
he ain't even kill you. The little green.
that's what I was gonna
alien
say. His little minions killed your ass.
Yeah,
So
like, you gotta eat that one.
Yeah. So that's my 5 to 6 to 50, depending on if you want to count each contractor in darker than black. So what do you got, man? I'm interested to see what you got for these.
All right, man. First, and a lot of people gonna be surprised with this one, but my first one was the Sharingan. I wouldn't want it.
Really?
I wouldn't want it. Like, for one, I can't stand an eyelash being in my eye. If I poke myself in the eye, I feel like I've died on the inside. And these motherfuckers, it's always holding their motherfucking eyeball and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you go blind eventually, depending on the fucking power. Like Shisui, my Kingo Sharingan. As soon as he used the Izanagi or some shit like that, that he loses the light in that fucking eye. So I definitely wouldn't want the fucking Sharingan at all because I like the motherfucking see.
Yeah. What kills me about Sharingan, man, is it's like, how the fuck y'all be transferring these eyes like that? I mean, what Naruto?
Yeah, and then that too.
And they like basically become contacts. I'm gonna take your eyes, or like fucking Danzo that fucking took them all.
Right, and then on top of that, you gotta kill your brother, your closest friend, or something to make sure you don't go motherfucking blind. If I gotta do all that shit, goddamn, I don't need it. I like the people around me. I'm not gonna kill my brother so I can fucking see better.
I appreciate that, by the way.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, so if you got to pick one of the other two.
God damn. So that's the first one, man. The second one is Hisoka's bubblegum power or whatever. Because all in all, I just think it's stupid. Like, I mean, he was strong as fuck, but and a weird ass pedophile. But
yeah,
I mean, it was just it was lame. I got my bubblegum on your cheek. Now I'm gonna pull you and push you as much as I fucking want to.
Oh man, the memes on that were hilarious, and I almost picked that one because it's stupid.
That's a dumbass fucking power, man. It just because it's dumb. That's why I wouldn't want that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then moving on to one of my favorite animes, I would not want the Dragon of Darkness flame. I would not, because even when he quote unquote tamed it, you still couldn't fucking tame it. You just shoot that bitch and hopefully it hit what the fuck you're aiming for.
The price you gotta pay is too high.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, the penalties or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can't necessarily control him. When he first did it, he damn near crippled his arm, and to gain even more power, the shit had to eat him. He could have died, could have not died. I ain't trying to do all that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it's a power I'm meant to have, let me have it. And I shouldn't have to do all this shit for it. You know what I'm saying? I really shouldn't. And moving on to number 4, and a lot of people probably be mad about this one too, because there's some real hardcore Deku fans. But I would not want All for One.
You don't want to eat no hair, bro?
No. For one, I'm not eating your fucking hair. That's fucking nasty. You know what I'm saying? Certain kind of people have lice and shit. First of all, let's just break that shit out. Secondly, I gotta work my body to the bone, and hopefully that shit don't fucking break my shit. Because I remember when he first used this shit was just floating like a fucking dead fish and shit like that. But
do you think it's just because it's Deku? Because All Might didn't have those issues.
He didn't, and it could be because it's just Deku. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking about if it's me personally, because I'm a little guy. You know what I'm saying? I can't All for One it. I'll be fucked up. I mean, I'm a bitch about my knee, and I had a baby ass surgery, man. I couldn't imagine fucking just tearing my shit all to pieces just to kick a motherfucker in the face, bro. I couldn't do it.
Your fingers look like hamburger meat because you're trying to do aggressive thumps.
And shit. You throwing up gang signs? No, bitch is broken. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, I got a flaccid hand. And my last one, and I feel like she was one of the most useless fucking characters in Naruto as a whole. I wouldn't want Ino's power.
What is it? Mind?
The mind transfer jutsu. I would not want it. I mean, it sounds cool on paper, but if you actually look into it, it's really useless, because if you fucking miss, your fucking soul is in a tree for a little bit until it fucking comes back, and you're just ultimately fucking useless. You're just fucking sitting there exposed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so that
your
was,
body's just sitting there exposed.
yeah,
Yeah.
you just limp as fuck, and you're a burden on the other motherfuckers that's actually in the fight. You know what I'm saying? So Ino's power is definitely my number 5. Would not fucking want it. She's one of the most useless fucking characters in fucking Naruto Shippuden. The only thing she was a thought in the fucking anime. She was a successful thought, I guess.
She got with Sai in
Sai,
Boruto.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
She got with Sai. But that's my 5, man.
I throw one more out there real quick while you're thinking of another one.
Go ahead.
So Attack on Titan, I wouldn't want to be a regular Titan because they look fucking stupid.
Oh, the little ones that's
the mindless
flopping around.
Yeah. I wouldn't want that shit. I mean, we could talk about like Armored Titan or the Attack Titan or some shit like that, but
just blew my fucking drink in it.
Good for you.
Son of a bitch.
I'm used to that shit. I'm immune.
Carry on.
Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't want that shit. Were you gonna say another one?
I was trying to think of another power I wouldn't have, man, but nothing really came to the dome at this time. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. There's a lot of lame ass powers out there.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't fucking want.
After I did my list, I was looking to see. Not many people talk about powers they don't want or the worst powers. So let's we might be one of the few. So share what powers you wouldn't want from anime. Hell, we can expand it. Let's make it just all, fiction period. So any superheroes, because there's some dumb ones in fucking Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Most definitely.
Let us know what powers you wouldn't want.
Yeah. Real quick, the one more. I just thought about that one.
Go for it.
My Hero Academia again. It's a tie between the electricity dude and the belly button dude. Because both of them is fucking worthless after a little while. You give them a big electrical fucking shock, and then you stupid for the rest of the motherfucking episode. You out to fight.
I feel like eventually he gonna train out of that though.
I doubt it, because the higher the frequency, the quicker he becomes.
Well, yeah. What I'm saying is, once he gets used to his powers, or they're gonna build some shit to kind of modify. I think he'll work around that eventually. But the belly button shit is dumb.
The belly button dude, as soon as his belly button starts hurting, he done. Motherfucker, I had a hernia when I was a fucking baby. You better put a goddamn hot rag on that shit and keep motherfucking fighting. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say Mineta. I think that's his name, the little purple one.
The purple one.
The
sticky guy.
Yeah.
See, his shit is even useful. His shit is useful because he could throw that shit and blind a motherfucker. He could climb shit with it. Even though after a while his fucking scalp starts bleeding and then he can't fucking do shit else. But even he's more useful.
I think there's so many powers in My Hero. We could do this top 10 on My Hero alone.
Yeah, we could do ones we want, ones we don't want.
The invisibility chick, who's basically that was a point that one's pointless how it's used in the anime.
Yeah, it is.
I wonder how you feel in that shit. Like, you got these cool ass powers and you're like, I got water gun fingers. Right.
I mean, but it's basically just like, you know what I'm saying? Anybody else, you got some kind of defect or something that ain't right with you, and you just accept it for what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, y'all let us know what y'all think. My anime heads out there, man. I really like to hear what powers you wouldn't want to have, powers you would want to have. Hell, just what's your favorite anime? Because there's a lot of shit I ain't watched. So.
Well, that's because you watch the same 5 animes over and over again.
Y'all forgive me. My neighbors, they do like car shows. They got hydraulics and shit on their cars. They doing something out front. So that's really all I got, man. Just hit us up in the comments. I always love the dialogue.
Cool. All right, it's the end of the night. So, how was your cigar and your whiskey? How them accessories going, brother?
Man, fucking potent. Like, I'm scared to stand up, man. As soon as I stand up, I'm gonna fall into the Matrix, fucking Narnia, fucking Oz, wherever that bitch Alice went, the Wonderland. I'm gonna be in there somewhere as soon as I stand up. But it was a really good cigar. I enjoyed the last Regis I had.
Yeah, and you got your box for this month?
I haven't checked the mail. I was actually going to check the mail when we're done here.
Okay. Yeah, they sent the black label. And Cowboyism is a YouTube reviewer. and I usually trust his reviews. And he liked that shit. So
yeah. But the cigar is good, man. It's about done now. It burned not fast, not slow, but just how I like it to work. Because I'm a very impatient motherfucker. I can't just sit for hours and just sit. That's me. I don't know if I got ADHD or whatever. Never been diagnosed. Don't even think it's a real thing. Sorry.
that's another topic for another day.
Yeah, it is. But it's going good, man. And my old Forester was fucking great. I really fucking enjoyed it. The only part I didn't enjoy is that random fucking bug that went in it, so it made me drink a little meaty.
Yeah, had a little flavor to it.
Yeah. So other than that, that shit was good. That shit gone. I'm not gonna pour up another one because I got to go to the zoo in the morning. But but my accessories was great, man. How about yours, bro? How's yours working out for you?
The Breckenridge is always good. So I think that's one of my favorites. A lot of people don't talk about it though.
I've drank that too, right?
Yeah, that's the one I found it in Colorado, and I've been drinking it since Colorado. Right. You've had it.
That was the one more shot.
No, that was Oak and Eden here.
Oh, okay. No, he did the one more shot in Colorado too.
He's done one more shot with.
Matter of fact, it was that.
Yeah, you know what?
He was singing Ghetto Boys. That was the same night he was up 3 o'clock in the morning. That's the first
one more shot. You damn right.
It was.
You're right. Damn. You're right. So yeah, it's good. The Ciudad de Música, my terrible Spanish. I took Spanish 1.5 in high school.
I failed it twice.
So it's good. It's still going. I got a little bit more left. I smoked a little further. Luckily it's not going hot, so I can go a little bit more. Good flavor. Good cigar. Really like it. I would get more. Only problem is I got a whole bunch more cigars that I got to buy more of first before I get to that one. So, and probably by the time I'm ready to buy some more, it won't be around. So be it.
Yeah,
So yeah, good times. So yeah, one thing I will say is give us some of your cigar recommendations. Some shit that we should try. Definitely down to try some new stuff or some stuff that I wouldn't even consider. Or drinks too. Yeah. I'm more of a whiskey guy, but I do some rums. I don't do tequila. But other than that, we can talk. Or gin or vodka.
I'll drink anything with. Yeah. I'll drink it.
Yeah. So give us your drink recommendations. Give us your cigar recommendations. Or even if you don't pair a drink with an alcoholic drink with a cigar.
Yeah, drinks that are non-alcoholic with cigars. I want to see what y'all got with that too.
Yeah. I mean, we did.
I don't drink coffee.
We did an episode on that. Ginger beer is fire with cigars.
That don't even sound like something I drink.
You would. You tried. So, all right, everybody. Let us know what you think. So, all right, everybody. 41 is in the books. Thanks, everybody, for rocking with us on this one. Shout out to the Instagram. The Instagram is going good. We got a couple lives coming up. We're going to try to do some of those. So, if you're on Instagram, check us out. We'll be live from time to time. Just talking, chopping it up. If you want to join us, by all means. If you want to join the live too, I'm good with that too. So
come on in. Come on in.
Yes, definitely.
Welcome y'all.
Yep. You got anything else for the people, man?
Yeah, man. Like you were saying, Instagram. Shout out to everybody else on Instagram. Instagram's popping. We actually got something real special coming up real soon.
Oh yeah, good time.
On Instagram Live, man. I can't wait. I'm excited.
Yeah,
it's gonna be some good shit. Shout out to our 58th fucking subscriber, man. Shout out to whoever you are. Appreciate you fucking subscribing, man. And
that's right.
We're right around the corner from a year doing this shit, man. And it's so much fucking fun, man. I'm fucking loving it.
It is.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the comments, the feedback. Shout out to Big Bro and his cigar groupies he got popping. Right.
Ain't that, man? It's so weird, man, because it's like that wasn't the intent of the Instagram, but everybody in the cigar industry is just so cool, man. It's just a cool thing, man.
I'm some real cool cats, man. Real cool cats. So yeah, man, that's really all I got. Like always, make sure you like, subscribe, share, all that shit. Check us out on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and I'm gonna talk to you offline about Twitter. I was thinking about transitioning to Twitter also.
All right, we'll talk about that. So I guess be looking for us on Twitter in the future. And with that, like I always say, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Shit's crazy.
Yes, sir.
And with that, we out.
Yeah.
Perfect.